I know. Why am I holding an egg up here in front of everybody? Who knows? Maybe because it's Easter? No. Maybe because it's full moon egg today. Full egg moon. It's also the full pink moon and the full sprouting grass moon. That one's probably more relevant for those of us in the northern hemisphere. We're having to dig our mowers out, get people over to do the yard, stuff like that. But I want to talk a little bit about egg magic. There's a whole lot of things you can do with egg magic, and then we're going to do a reading. I'm actually going to use Oracle deck instead of a tarot deck to show you how you can use both. We're going to kind of in tandem. So I'm doing this very off the cuff. If you think, wow, she's not organized. I'm never organized, people. Have you met me? A really fun thing to do with a group, if you have a group that you work magic with, is for everybody hard-boiled eggs so that everybody has 2, 3 if you want. 2 is really a good number. Then give everybody wax crayons, clear wax, not like, you can do color, but wax is better. And here's why. You want to write on your egg, you want to inscribe it with sigils, with runes, with words of blessing, right? So prosperity on one egg, fertility on another egg, safety, whatever works for you. Then you all put your eggs in one basket, joke, and kind of let them get mixed up. That's important. You don't actually necessarily get your egg back in the way this works. And you're going to cover the basket and do a ritual blessing, whatever works for you. And you're imbuing energy into these eggs. You're imbuing the energy of work, of magic happening, of spell manifestation. Then everybody takes, if you did put 2 eggs in, you take 2 eggs out. And then you dye the eggs. And the sigils are then revealed. And that's your egg. In our tradition, we would then eat the egg. We would consume the egg because we're consuming the energy. If you have an egg allergy or, there are other ways you can do that. I do not suggest leaving the egg on your altar for a long time. That may or may not be a true story. But egg magic is really fun because you think about, I read some quotes this morning. I was thinking about eggs. And one of the quotes I read was, the egg is the perfect secret until it's cracked open. And it's true. You really don't know what's in there, right? Now, I used to raise birds, and so I know how to candle an egg and see what's going on in there. And that's really cool. We did it with cockatiel eggs a lot. We did cockatiels and budgies with the birds we raised. We had a lot of rescue birds as well. But candling an egg, and you have to be careful because, getting the flame too close to the egg is not a good idea. Now, let's talk about full moon tarot spreads with oracles. What we're going to do is I'm going to use the herbal tarot with botanical inspirations. I think they're going to work really well together. And the first thing I do, I'm just going to do a real simple compass spread. And if I thought about it, I'd probably try to do it, how people do so you can watch them do the spreads. I think that's cool. Yeah, again, organization. And I don't have the things with which to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a compass spread. The compass spread is really simple. You lay a central card. That's kind of your theme for the month. It's your, and I'm doing this as a month theme for myself, right? And then you lay compass points. And you lay east for mental and intellect, west, south for passion and spiritual activity and energy, west for emotions, relationships, and north for body, physical, community, family. Super simple. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay 2 cards for each. And then we're just going to see how they work in tandem and go from there. So the first card is, what is the energy of the month. And this is my full egg moon tarot reading. I might do these every month. I might not. You know, again, let's see about the consistency thing. So, if you were doing a reading with me and in person, I would ask you what your date of birth was, March 8th. I would ask you what hand you write with, right hand. And then I would say, shuffle the cards, or I would shuffle the cards. It really depends. And then I would, if I shuffle the cards, I'm going to put them down. I'm going to say, with your left hand, make 3 piles towards your right. So 1. That 1 is the first one, 2 is the second one, and then 3. And then restack them. I tend to stack them same order. Other people don't. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Energy. Nice. 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands is, I can't read the card backwards, basil or basil. It's an herb. So that's a very good herb. It's very useful. If you've watched my interview series, oh my God, somebody told me to do beauty hands. We'll try it. There, beauty hands. But basil is money. You can use it for protection. You can even use it for love. It's a very multi-faceted herb. Now, we're going to look with that moon energy, that basil, that 2 of Wands, which is choosing between actions, between doing 2 things. It's an activity card, right? It's an energy and action card. And it's making a decision and making a choice and moving forward. Now we're going to pull the botanical inspiration card next. And I'm just going to do a single cut on that. This is a beautiful deck. And we're going to do, okay, beauty hands are not working. Y'all, this is making me crazy. Let's see if this works. Yellow rose. So, along with the enthusiasm and friendship, a single rose can be my garden, a single friend my word. Leo Buscaglio, I love. But basil and yellow rose together, friendship, enthusiasm. It looks like it's going to be a month about tribe building for me. And that's something I'm really working on. I'm really working on getting the right people in my life and the right energies in my life. So there's some things going on back channel that I'm working towards. The next, we're going to start with the east. I start in the east. Some people start north. I'm an east girl. So I'm starting in the air, mental, intellect. This is what's going to help me mentally. This is, if I can keep this going, this is going to help, right? Now, do you see anything that's very similar here? It's another 2 card, right? It's the lovers. I mean, it's a 6 card, but there's 2 people. And we have pansy, no, parsley, another cooking herb. How interesting. So in the mental area, lovers, it's spiritual connection, it's higher power, it's connecting with divine. What is the botanical inspiration for this? Let's see if we can get this to go and focus. Flocks, unanimity, and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Now, you see those 2 work very well together, right? And I will take a picture of the spread and edit it into the video so you've got it at the end. Moving to the south, passion, energy, action. Woohoo! We have a solo card. Really? Y'all, this camera and I are going to go around. But that works. Hermit. And hermit is licorice. Now, the funny thing, I'm not a licorice fan at all. But when we go down here, it looks like there's going to be some connection. Nature. I connect the hermit with nature. This is energy and action and activity and response to activity. So maybe getting outside a little more, which I'd like to do if we're getting finally where that's easier to do. But the hermit's also about study. And for me, the hermit always has a lamp or some sort of light because they're a guide. But for me, a lot of the hermit cards, if you look in the lantern, there's a star. So this is about working actively towards goals I've set for myself and studying and doing the legwork to get there. Now, what is the botanical inspiration card for it? Boom, boom, boom. I'm cheating so I can read it first. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Ah. It is false indigo, immersion, and intuition. Immersion. What a perfect combination, right? Licorice and false indigo, hermit and immersion and intuition. Those just are like, sometimes I read cards and I'm like, I don't even need to explain that, right? You get it? But immerse yourself, Arwen. Get down and trust your intuition on which actions to take. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're going to move to the West. Emotions, relationships, death. And what is death herb? I can't read it. It looks like elderflower. Yes, I used to know this deck by heart. Death and emotions. Change, transformation. Could be a hard month emotionally. There could be some things that happen that are rocky and make me really dive into my emotions. Now, the overall filter is that Two of Wands, right? So it's that action card and the yellow rose. Let's see what modifies death from the botanical. Keep trying to try out the botanical garden deck. Botanical inspirations from U.S. Games. Devotion and dreams fulfilled. And it is garden heliotrope. Interesting. Heliotrope sun, right? Helio. Devotion and dreams. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So what that says to me, using that Eleanor Roosevelt quote, and death and the devotion and dreams fulfilled, some hard changes, but getting some dreams fulfilled. So that's kind of like okay, some of this is going to suck, but you got a good thing coming. Not a bad thing, right? When I read for my clients, one of the things I say when death shows up is, what are you not changing? What are you holding on to that's fixing to get changed for you? Because, baby, if you don't change it, they will. So that's a piece of that, right? Going to the top, to the north, home, community, tribe, physical stuff, right? This is family and friends and your stuff you can touch. What do we got? Boop, 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 boop. Strength. And I love that strength is cayenne, right? It's an excellent herb. I love it too. And I'm looking around. Almost all these are cooking herbs. I'm not sure about cooking with elderflowers, particularly when it's on the death card. I'll need to study that one again. But strength and family and home, I'm going to be called on to use my will, use my strength to sustain family, tribe, friends. And it's a month. I always tell people, these aren't like forever things. Now, what is going to modify that? Playfulness. And it is hyacinth. I love hyacinth. It's such a wonderful early or late winter, early spring flower. And the quote here is, play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. So strength and play in my position of family and home. Now, you can do your own full moon spread. I actually recommend it. Some people just want to pull one card, and that's okay. I just looked over here and went, why do I have an egg sitting over here? Distracted much, Arwen? But blessings of the full egg moon, the full pink moon, and the full sprouting grass moon. May this moon bring you joy and love and all good things. Remember, if you are, I need to pick these cards up in the right order. I'm doing a contest this month, and those who get a reading from me are in a drawing to get the Samadhi Oracle, which is no longer available. It was a one-time run, and it's really pretty. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for sharing. Just thanks. Remember, seek joy, y'all. Pass it on. Long shot.